हेलो
गुंडेचा
हेलो
ट्रिलियम
हेलो
कोऑपरेटिव हाउसिंग
हेलो
सोसाइटी।
हेलो
ये सोसाइटी का सन 2019
हेलो
20 और
हेलो
20-21 ये 2 साल का एजीएम वार्षिक सर्वधर्म सभा लेने के लिए मुझे रिस्पेक्टेड डेप्यूटी रजिस्ट्रार आर नॉर्थ वार्ड इन्होंने आपके सोसाइटी की एजीएम 2 साल की एजीएम लेने के लिए मुझे एज अथॉराइज ऑफिसर अपॉइंट किया गया है। तो एज पर दिस ऑर्डर आपके सोसाइटी का ये 2 साल का एजीएम कॉल किया गया है। तो ये एजीएम के लिए जो मेंबर्स आज यहाँ पे आप आए हैं वो सभी मेंबर्स का मैं हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। और सब लोगों को इसके पहले ये दोनों एजीएम का एजेंडा दिया गया हुआ था, सबको मिला है। एज पर दिस एजेंडा इसमें हम लोगों ने जो इंस्ट्रक्शन दिए हुए थे वो इंस्ट्रक्शंस के अनुसार आज की मीटिंग का हमारा यहाँ कोरम मतलब 20 मेंबर्स प्रेजेंट होने के बाद हम लोग मीटिंग आगे कंटिन्यू करने वाले हैं, ऐसा उसमें हम लोगों ने इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया हुआ था। तो मुझे लगता है 20 मेंबर्स यहाँ पे उपस्थित है। तो हमारा कोरम भी यहाँ पे एज पर दिस एजेंडा पूरा हो रहा है। तो हम आगे ये 2 साल का एजीएम हम आगे कंटिन्यू करते हैं। और दूसरी बात, आज के ये एजीएम दोनों एजीएम के लिए मैं रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर श्री डी चौहान आपके आज के दोनों एजीएम के लिए आज के दोनों एजीएम के लिए चेयरमैन के लिए आपके सोसाइटी के प्रेजेंट चेयरमैन श्री हाँ बता प्रेजेंट चेयरमैन श्री बाला किशोर सर इन्होंने चेयरमैन पद आज की मीटिंग का घोषित किया जाए, इसके लिए मैं आप लोगों के सामने प्रपोजल रखता हूं। तो जो यहाँ पे उपस्थित मेंबर है उसमें से कोई भी एक मेंबर्स एक प्रपोजल और सेकेंडर आपको देना है। और फिर उसके बाद वो चेयरमैन पोस्ट उन्हें स्वीकार करने के बाद आगे मीटिंग को कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं। तो जितने उपस्थित है उसमें से कोई भी एक प्रपोजल सेकेंडर अपना हाथ ऊपर करिए। एक प्रपोजर कौन, आपका नाम बताइए, आपका नाम लिखिए, आपका फ्लैट नंबर। प्रपोजर है मनी सर और सेकंडेड प्रतीक टंडन, आपका फ्लैट नंबर। तो प्रपोजल सेकंडेड यहाँ पे मिला हुआ है और मैं बाला सर को रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि वो चेयरमैन सीट स्वीकार करे और आगे जो भी आपकी एजीएम है वो बाला किशोर सर आगे कंटिन्यू करेंगे। और जो भी कुछ क्यूरीज है, जो भी कुछ डिस्कशन है, मैं सभी मेंबर्स को एक बार एक रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, जो भी कुछ आपकी क्यूरीज है जो भी है आप शांति से ये एजीएम कंडक्ट करने के लिए आप ये कमेटी और मुझे आप लोगों का सहकार्य होना जरूरी है। तो सहकार्य मैं अपेक्षित करता हूँ और उनको कंटिन्यू करने के लिए आगे बोल देता हूँ। थैंक यू।
Good morning to all of you. First of all, we thank Deputy Registrar Sir for giving the permission to conduct this particular AGM for 1920 and 2021, and he has nominated Chavan Sir for coming over here and supervise conduct this particular AGM. And I really thank on behalf of the Gundecha Trillium, I thank Chavan Sir for coming over here and for organizing this particular event and supervising this particular event, and also ensuring all the proceedings as per the bylaws. That's what he's going to do it, and we really and sincerely thank to him. And I request Rashmi Madam to hand over the bouquet to him, and let's facilitate him for welcoming to him. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Rashmi. So welcome to the third AGM Gundecha Trillium. And we all know, like all of us have gone through the tough times in the last 2 years and faced unprecedented situations in last 2 years with the pandemic. Due to the pandemic, the necessary AGMs could not be conducted, and I take this opportunity to thank all of the esteemed members of the society who supported each other during the pandemic and ensured that we have faced the least inconvenience or almost zero inconvenience. The law requires audited accounts of the society to be adopted by the general body so that we can progress towards how to go and how to do the betterment of Gundecha Trillium or to the matter to the any society. And as we all know, like the progress of the society or in terms of an operations or in terms of maintaining the decency of the premises or operations or facilities, like we need to conclude like the previous AGMs, then only there is an opportunity for all of us to go to the next step. So what we all felt, like this is the first and foremost step we need to take in terms of the conducting the past AGMs like which are pending 19, 20 and 2021, and without which in absolute terms we cannot proceed further. However, an ordinance was issued by the Governor of Maharashtra on 2nd November 2020 to allow the Management Committee of CHS to approve the audited accounts of the societies and then get the same ratified as and when the AGM is conducted. And the Government of Maharashtra is allowed till March 2021 to conduct the AGMs, which all of us are aware. In the light of this background, to comply with the necessary laws, the Deputy Register has convened this AGM under the supervision of AO Shri Chavan sir. As per the notice of the AGM from AO, there are 2 AGMs which are being conducted on the same day. Let me also share with you that DDR has issued an order of re-audit for the financial year 1920 accounts based on the communication from the two members of our society. As per the re-audit, Mrs. V.N. Mahajan has been appointed as the auditor for the carrying out the re-audit in our society. The law provides the society to submit the rectification report to the register in case of any defects in working of the society. We also need to conduct AGM for 2021 and 22 before 30th of September 2022 to ensure our society stays compliant to MCS Act 1960 and MCS Rules 1961 on model bylaws adopted by our society. Now with this background, like when we are talking about 2019-20 and 2020-21, like conduct these 2 AGMs on the same day, there are a lot of discussions and in fact lot of discussions and debates are happening whether we can conduct these 2 AGMs on the same day or not. Right? We all thought, and rather we all have rather guided and guided by the respective authorities and also by the respective members in the society. So we all would like to take a call, like if the entire GB decides, like we should conduct the AGMs of 1920 and 2021 on the same day, then we'll continue this particular AGM, or we shall drop this AGM as it is at this juncture. So we all know GB is the supreme, and all the AGMs are fundamentally for the betterment of the society and to see what is happening in our own facilities or operations or accounts, or in terms of what and all the various areas of improvements in terms of whether it is optimization of the cost or how to proceed and etc. These are the major reasons why we conduct the AGMs, and then we approve, ratify and budgets, and then we'll for the next level for the next financial year how we can optimize or how we can improve the societies in terms of an operations, or know how to reduce the cost in terms of the maintenance cost and all. These are all the various parameters which all of us are aware. I'm just setting the context. Should we really go for AGM 1920 or 2021 is a major point which we want to take all your consent to proceed further. This is what we thought. First we shall take your consent before we proceed. So AGM करना है नहीं करना है? Yeah, we see if we all decide like with voting should we proceed for 1920, 2021, then we'll proceed for voting and then we'll take your approval and then we'll proceed. Yeah. See, we'll first conduct the voting, then we'll hear anything from anybody. Somani sir, I request, please be seated. Certainly, like now, we'll hear once we take the opinion from the entire team. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Correct, sir. Yes, sir. See, it is fundamentally the two financials to be conducted like on the same day, right?
Yeah.
And in fact, in my see whatever the expert opinion, whatever we sought, and whatever they know like discussions what we had with the members and authorities, we are proposing this. We are proposing this, and like which we want to proceed.
Please, sir, I am asking you, you are conducting the AGM as per the members' discussions, or you are conducting AGM as per the MCS Act bylaws rules?
As per the rules and bylaws, and
So
accordingly we are proceeding.
where it is written that you have to take the GB approval before proceeding for AGM, you have already decided, you have already distributed the agenda. Now you are taking the GB approval for the AGM to proceed. Where it is written, number one. Number two, what is the provision of the law in which you can conduct two AGM in the same day, same meeting, in same agenda, same notice? Where it is written, please clarify this.
Thank you so much, sir. Please be seated. I will clarify it. And we have taken a note of your point, and we sincerely thought the intent of the cooperative societies and all, we thought we should intimate to the entire GB, and let's inform to the GB that no, this is what is happening, and this is being conducted, and you know like which will take your rather no will bring it to your notice. We are bringing this to your notice, as because many of us would be certainly will be busy in our own regular jobs, career, and business and etc. We thought let's inform this point to each one of your notice. Then we all should have on the same page that our intent of conducting this plenary event. May I request, like no for like in terms of rather no like we are conducting for 1920, 2021, like this AGM, just to have your consent, like no to proceed further, you can raise your hands. Harishna, you can count. Please go by one. No, please raise only one hand. I'm saying raising your hand. Only one member per plant. Sir, it is a 58 is the count. What is the total count? Have you counted this? Have you raised? And what is the total count? Yes, sir, I will clarify it, sir. Once it is. Yes, sure, sir, we will take a note. We will record it, sir. And what is the total count, Harish? See, first let us have the. See, now close it and don't. Just for 2 seconds, don't allow anybody. Yeah. Just if it is taking time, then we can do is, who is not in favor, they can raise their hands. Yeah, we are recording your points. We are recording your points. Sure. Sir. Right, sir. Right. Fine, with the permission of Chavan sir, we are proceeding. Right. Thank you very much for thank you very much for the intervention. Can I have thank you again. I would urge members who would seek clarifications or give inputs or suggestions to brief and stick to the point. That we have two agents to go. So let us be precise. Let us be precise and stick to the point, so that we all respect each other's time, and this will ensure we are able to optimally utilize the time of all the members, right? No, we will. Sir, we are proceeding ahead. Then we'll give a chance to you later. Thank you very much for you're trying to give some. Yeah. Now I ask Mr. Sanjeev Ban, Honorable Society. Honorable Secretary.
Thank you, everyone, and thanks for being present here. We will now proceed with the agenda that we've already circulated for these two AGMs. We'll go sequentially, starting with the first agenda, which is to read and confirm the minutes of last AGM meeting, which was held on September 29th of 2019. And then there was a part of it which was also postponed and held later on October 20th, 2019. As a part of the communication that we had rolled out on ADDA to all the members, these minutes were also included there. And in the interest of time, we would hope that since 14 days have passed by when we had circulated those minutes as well, the members would have already gone through those minutes. If they have not done that earlier, by now they should have after receiving the notice. And if anybody has any question on those minutes, any queries, otherwise we would take them as approved based on the feedback that we hear from the general body. ये करना हमारे लिए important है क्योंकि 2019 के AGM के बाद दूसरा मीटिंग नहीं हुआ था, एंड उस टाइम पे जो मिनट्स ऑफ मीटिंग बने थे उनको फाइनल करने के लिए आप लोगों को दिया गया था, सर्कुलेट किया गया था. एंड अब आप हमें बता दीजिए दैट जनरल बॉडी इज इट ओके टू adopt and finalize those minutes of the AGM held in 2019. So do we have any proposer and seconder for this? So we have proposer, we'll take Mr. Sukalyana's proposer, fair enough. And seconder? Mr. Kere. The next point on the agenda is to approve and adopt the annual report and audited statement of accounts for the financial year 2019-2020. I'll now hand over to our treasurer, Madam Gopa, to talk briefly about the report and the financials of 2019-2020 and share the details with all the members here.
गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। आप लोगों को सबको बैलेंस शीट सर्कुलेट किया गया था। आई होप आप सबने इसको ग्रो थ्रू किया है। फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट दिस 1920 फाइनेंशियल्स already been approved by ex-PC provisional committee and we are presenting here for the adaptation. But for all the member, I wanted to just give a small brief to know that about what happened in 1920. हमने maintenance from the members recovered जो हमें मिला था वो 4.25 CR था. Interest we got 8 lakhs and other income was 16 lakhs. So our total income for the financial year 1920 was 4.49. where we have broadly categorized on 5-6 header जिसमें हमने expenses book किए हैं जिसमें statutory का 79 lakhs था, services and maintenance was 2.12 करोड़, प्रोफेशनल चार्जेस हमने 5,75,000 पे किया, एडमिन एक्सपेंसेस हमने 14.56 लाख्स किया, रिपेयर एंड मेंटेनेंस के अगेंस्ट में हमने 17.75 लाख स्पेंड किए थे, डिप्रिशिएशन वाज 66,000 एंड सिंकिंग फंड, रिपेयर फंड एंड एजुकेशनल हमने 59.64 का पार्क किया है. सो टोटल एक्सपेंसेस वाज 3.89 CR. ओवर एंड अबव दैट फाइनेंशियल ईयर हमने 14.98 लाख्स का रिजर्व जनरल रिजर्व फंड में FD किया था, एज वेल एज इनकम ओवर एक्सपेंस हमारा 44.96 था. सो इट इज कंसिस्ट ऑफ इनकम ऑफ 4.49 इज इक्वल टू द एक्सपेंडिचर ऑफ, एंड द सोसाइटी हैज क्लोज विद अ वेरी पॉजिटिव कैश बैलेंस इन 1920. सो दिस इज अ स्मॉल फाइनेंशियल, आप लोगों ने सबने उसको प्रोसेस किया होगा. We have not received any query from, except 2 members we have received the queries about 1920 financial, other member have not raised. So and we have taken their all queries in account. We have received these queries on 1st of August and these queries are broadly categorized in a process followed by the provision committee, missing notes, comment in the audit memo from the auditor and sanity of the audit report. So these are the categorized of the entire queries which we have received, because it was a 47 queries we have received, जिसमें से overlap है अराउंड 20 क्वेरीज ऐसे हैं जो 1920 वर्सेस 2021 है, जो हम 2021 पे बात करेंगे, एज अभी हम सिर्फ 1920 को एड्रेस कर रहे हैं. सो द प्रोसेस लैप्स जो मेजरली हाईलाइट हुआ है, आई कैन जस्ट टेक ए एग्जांपल लाइक ए कैश एक्सपेंसेस एज पर MCS एक्ट्स एंड रूल्स हुए हैं या नहीं. सो द प्रोसेस लॉस में yes, no such process laws going, we can comment as a present committee that we have noted all the process laws been cited on the query and we will take the corrective actions moving ahead, because this is already a audited balance sheet and the audit report. We cannot go back to those documents and make any correction there. Second is the missing notes, comments, audit memo from the auditor. Before this query is raised to us, whatever the rules and act is to be followed for a audit reported, we have taken that due diligence and ensure the 2021 audit report on those format with the proper noting. So this is second, and the sanity of the audit report, I think as an individual, I am not reached to that level or our committee to check the sanity of the audit report and comment on that. So with that note, I am just opening if any queries is there. So this query is raised to the ex-committee. See, the query received on 1st of August, after we published the AGM notice, we have found pertaining to 1920, it was a major in point number 6 of our two member, Mr. Jalani and Somani has raised the query, where the queries, if I read in 6A, that audit report part A, B, C were not included in the audit report 1920, whereas it is included on 2021. So we thought to address this in 2021 because we are not. So this is their letter. These letters are being given. Bala, this letter received on 1st of August after publishing the here to discuss this. Yeah. So 1920, we have not received much query. It was a majorly a comparison query between both the audit report. Still, I am opening for the other member to raise any query or question before we proceed further. See, as if you go taking the 1920 query which we have received by a letter on 4th February 21, however followed with there are emails came from Mr. Jalani and Somani to consider this also as a query list for this AGM. So again we are seeing his queries are related to the procedural, missing notes and sanity of the audit report. Still, if I go the second point of his query, why account statement was not adopted and approved in MC meeting before handovering to the auditor for audit. See, हमारे लिए what reply करना in this juncture possible है, जो ये हुआ था या नहीं हुआ था. Why reply करना for 1920 today in 2022 present committee के लिए ये difficult है to why को निकाल के लाना. So if anybody can help us to reply that why वो नहीं हुआ था would be great help.
Where it is written, it should be shown to the members before giving to audit. In which act it is written? Please
The
show.
question is why it is not approved in MC meeting, not to the member, showing in the member. The question categorically mentioned, why account statement was not adopted and approved in MC meeting before handovering to the auditor for audit.
See, As I know, basically secretary has to prepare the report and he has to give to auditor as per clause goes, and then the report, whatever is coming, financial account statement as per report has to be approved by the management committee before going to AGM. That is what it says. But anyhow, if he has got something more, we have nothing to say on it. I mean, it is there, what I remember from my own. That's all I can say from my side.
See the query number 2 जो अभी हमने discuss किया, and the ex-chairman Mr. Chandra ji has explained that yes, this process was not done. It is a procedural lapses. So I hand over to the chairman. Before proceeding further, chairman, please take a call on this.
See, again, I am reading the query. Why the account statement was not adapted and approved in MC meeting before handing over to the auditor for audit, right? For the same, Chandraji has clarified the same, right? Now, I request Chavan sir to guide. Can we take the GB approval in terms of whether we can accept this or whether we should not accept? What, Chavan sir?
चंदा सर उन्होंने बोला हुआ है कि ये स्टेटमेंट जो ऑडिट के लिए देने के पहले मैनेजिंग कमेटी ने उसको अप्रूवल नहीं लिया हुआ था, जो नहीं लिया हुआ था उन्होंने ऐसा बोला हुआ है। तो उसके बाद भी ऑडिट हुआ है तो उसको अप्रूवल करना है नहीं करना है, आप मेजोरिटी से आप डिसाइड करिए, उसके बाद आगे कंटिन्यू करिए आप लोग, ठीक है?
See, the point here is whatever the things are there practically when it is why not happen? In general terms, we can't go back and reverse it. What I am saying is, now it is the GB what we need to take a decision, right? I request with the Chavan sir's guidance or suggestion, whatever he stated now, I seek your opinion on that particular point. Should we consider or should we not consider? You can raise the hands if we allow it. So count. Please make every count, go to everywhere and count it, and we'll record it.
Bala, Chairman sir, I have a question before you go for voting. If you remember this 1920 financial statement, there was a circular from the government during the pandemic situation. There was no AGM or SGM to be convened. The GR was basically for the management committee to review the audit and ratify and sign off and ratify it in the subsequent AGM. So my question to you and the observer, is this meeting is to ratify or to approve the financial statement for 1920?
It is for ratification. It is approved.
Tapas, to answer your question, the point or the question, sorry guys, the question which was, or the question which is there in the query list was before handing over the financials to the auditor. The question was before handing the financials to the auditor, the managing committee has not approved it, right? It's not about the GB approval. It's about you have received the financial statements before giving it to the auditor. It has not been approved in the managing committee. That's what the question or point was. Your question
Okay,
was
Sanjay,
about the
I
AGM
just
and
want
all.
to clarify, I'm not disputing or challenging that question. This is a separate question, and my question is for the agenda. Now that you are starting up the meeting, so hear me out. The question is, you are putting a wrong agenda for the general body discussion. So the agenda should have been ratification of 1920. So now if members might have their question and you are duty bound to answer them, so I have no objection on that part.
It's a ratification.
और आगे का जो भी सरप्लस बचा हुआ है उसको कैसे यूज कर रहे हैं सिर्फ उसके लिए का दिस इज द एजेंडा इज करेक्ट आप एक बार वो ऑर्डिनेंस वापस पढ़िए उसको ऑर्डिनेंस में लिखा हो उसके दो पार्ट टोटल रिपोर्ट
Sir, what first read the point and order. Then come to the point and order.
Chairman, one clarification I want whoever is noting to note it down. The query is why MC is not approved. It should, I think it is, the approval is not recorded. MC has approved, it is not recorded, that should be. Yeah, so MC has approved everything.
Can I suggest you for faster action? You are spending more time on Indian Windows support as this point we have raised it. Because I have already replied that this is a lapse. I would suggest we cannot go back as you said, it is correct.
And once the lapse is there, violation of the law is there, GB has no authority to approve it. So please do not make further illegality to take the GB approval for the violation. I request observers also that please do not take the GB approval for the violation of the laws already done. GB cannot do any violation of the law. GB cannot take the decision with the violation of the law. They have to take the decision within the MCS Act rules and bylaws. Please understand this. And I would suggest that please proceed. Please record that it was a lapse. And please record in the minutes and proceed for the next query.
Yes, sir. Any which way? Yeah. Thank you, sir. No, let's not. See, that is. See. So we are proceeding. We are proceeding. Raj. Go to the next point.
नहीं 18-19 का नहीं है. There is. हमारे पास दो लेटर है for query of 1920. One is consist of 27 point and Another one is consist of 40 points and there are overlaps. When go through all the points, again we are seeing the process followed by the provisional committee is a broader segment. Second is sanity of the audit report. So when we have discussed one point and we all agree, processes cannot be going back and rectify there. So we are taking the corrective action as a managing committee to proceed further. Will ensure all the MCS Act by rule should be followed thoroughly. So with that note, as the ordinance of November 20th, the audit report managing committee has noted after the audit report has received in December MC meeting, and they have, as per the ordinance guidance 2B, they have appointed the auditor for the 2021, and they have noted this in their MC meeting in December. So with that note, I wanted to propose the GB for adoption of financial statement of an audit report of 1920. And I think Bala has already initially mentioned and we have already circulated आप लोगों को जो 1920 re-audited पे है, and we are stating that also again. So we are transparent where हम इसको propose कर रहे हैं 1920 को adopt करने के लिए, and financial, because these are the financial of income and expenditure, everything is booked. Any audit, just for a clarification, re-audit report में जो भी noting आएगा, जो भी finding आएगा, हम next financial year audit report में note करेंगे. But we, no individual can go back to those financial and change which are been already audited or already documented and sign off. So with this scenario, the managing committee is confident to put forward in front of GB for the approval.
Sir, we are taking down of all your inputs and also like the GB inputs and other queries, and certainly we shall come back to you with the detailed reply. Will come back to you. Yes, sure. Okay, sir. We have taken a point. We have taken your point, sir. Harish, take a record this. See, record in detail. Yeah, record in detail. Right?
As far as आपका फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग के वैल्यूज़ क्रॉस चेक हुए हैं कि नहीं हुए हैं, तो लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग के वैल्यूज़ जब तक कन्वेंस नहीं आता है तब तक हम उसको फॉर्मली डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं कर सकते हैं. 1920 के ऑडिट रिपोर्ट पे बैलेंस शीट पे वो था जो हमने 2021 के रिपोर्ट तैयार करते वक्त डिस्क्लोजर के साथ नोटिंग करते हुए निकाला है. सो आई थिंक वी हैव ऑलरेडी मेड क्लियर टू द जनरल बॉडी about the land and building cost and the value. See, अगर हम disclosure
हरीश, एक नोटिंग कर लेना. In fact, noting, sir, yeah, yeah, हाँ, एक नोटिंग करें ना एक पॉइंट को एंड आल्सो लाइक नो मुकेश पटेल जी जो लिखा है वो कोविड के टाइम में भी लैप्सेस करके दे आर आल्सो सेइंग एनी अदर एनी एक्सपीसी यू वांट टू से अबाउट दिस you can also talk about this. See whether it is right or wrong, it is a fact. Whatever the fact is there, let's agree to all the facts and let us record it and let's move forward. No, see, for everything, see, we cannot go 100% like this. For every point, sometime, there is a partial agreement, right? There may be a 100% agreement, there is a 0 agreement, right? We will take a note of the GB, like, in terms of yes or no, and we'll record it, and what extent it is right or wrong, and what is the degree of right or wrong also will be recording. No, we are saying, what we are saying is, this is a GB approval, that's what also say, we are also saying. COVID.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So with that note, अगर procedure lapses है, हम deny नहीं कर रहे हैं. We are transparent and we are requesting GB, black and white for the adoption of the financial year 1920. And यहाँ पे जो queries है that fixed deposit, one more query सोमानी जी आपके. Fixed deposit towards the creation of sinking fund, reserve fund, repair maintenance fund, reserve could not be created if entry surplus amount is transferred to maintain. Sinking fund, reserve fund एक बार आता है वो create होना ही है. 1920 में अगर वहाँ पे auditor notes पे भी है that there is a small amount discrepancy of the creating of FD. I am telling all the GB as on today, 1920, 2021 and 21-22, all the 3 reserve funds are being earmarked, reserve that sinking fund, repair fund and educational, earmarked and kept as a separate FD. Okay, so corrective actions, Lord, you can share our FD sheets with the member after the meeting. It has been done. So we have taken action on your queries. And certain lapses can already been addressed.
Thank you very much. You have accepted the lapses were there in the and we have to go ahead. Okay, I understand. But there are 2-3 points in the financial statement which are not the lapses, which give the question of the correctness or the liability on the financial statement and audit report. Number 1 is the audit report do not have. Actually, there is no audit report in 1920. There is no audit report available in the whatever the documents have been circulated. The audit report is the part A, B, C as per the Auditor Manual MCS Act, and there is no audit report available. And this is my point number 3B in the letter addressed to Society, Secretary Chairman. So there is no audit report available. Number 2 is the share capital account was not available with the society as on 31st March 2020. So the share capital showing in the balance sheet is not correct.
Somaniji, just one point. I mean, we have the list that the question list that you have given to the provisional committee then, where from you're reading right now as well.
No,
Let me complete.
No, Madam has already accepted, you have accepted the lapses, so I am not going for the procedural lapses.
I'm not
That is
talking of
correct.
procedural lapses.
But I am going for the figures in the,
Sure.
statement.
Sure, I understand. You're reading from, what I'm saying is you're reading from the list or the questions that you have shared earlier as well, including procedural lapses, including the points that you're talking about, the financial aspects, right? We have, at the very beginning of this meeting, very clearly stated that on the basis of the communication that the authorities have received, they have already ordered a re-audit of 2019-2020, right? So, sorry, right. So what we want to say here to the general body is, and we are also mentioning it very clearly here, that while we are proposing adoption of the financials and the audit report, we are also very clearly stating that once the re-audit is concluded, whatever is the recommendation and rectification needed to be done based on that re-audit report, that will be taken into account, and we will come back to the general body with those rectifications, with those errors, everything, right? So the point, let me complete. So while you have a list of questions, and that's why we have mentioned there are notes, there are, the point that you're talking about the financials, we have mentioned it under sanity of the audit report, right? Let the re-audit happen. Once it is done, the report is available with us. At that point of time, we can't, as you know, we can't change what has been done earlier. We can't change the financial statements, even if there's a wrong financial entry made there, right? We still, once we have the re-audit report with us, we will come back to you guys, and whatever needs to be done, we will do that. So the point at this point of time is, while there is a list of questions, we have not answered every question of yours. We understand that point, right? But we are very clearly stating that these very questions that you are raising here, you have already sent to the authorities, and then there is a re-audit order. So let's wait for the re-audit to happen, and whatever is the outcome of that re-audit, we will come back to the general body with those points.
Fully agree. Sanjeev ji, you are correct that when re-audit is ordered, we should wait for the re-audit. Already registrar has accepted our complaint, giving all the deviation, whatever we have raised the points, and they have ordered the re-audit. So re-audit, when it is already ordered, 1920 report, on what basis you are presenting?
Yeah. First of all, to tell,
What is the
I will-
spirit of doing one second, sir? Sir, we are members from last 5 years in this building.
yes, sir.
I have made one very general point. Instead of we are going to spend the entire day just handling the query of 2 people. My point is, technical faults, errors, we are trying to pinpoint our own brothers and sisters. We are living in the same building. Somebody has taken the responsibility of leading the building and making it a better place to live for everybody else.
Harish, take a note of it.
In our constitution, in our legal system is the intention and the mistake. What is the spirit? From the first day, nobody in this building is honest. Only these 2 people are perfect. They know every law. They know every guideline. They are 100%. We are supposed to believe that in all the 1,000 people living in this building, that only 2 people are genuine, honest, knowledgeable, educated, civilized, and all other English adjectives we can give them. Now the point is, what is the spirit behind all these queries? Let us go to the spirit. Otherwise, we will waste all our valuable time. We are lucky that after so many years, we have an AGM. Let's take a positive note out of it. Do something constructive. Whatever has happened, now I don't know the laws. I am not a legal graduate. I don't know the laws and bylaws. What I know, the entire family is here today. Correct? This entire building family is here today. Let's take one if there is a provision that what is the spirit of complaints we get in this society. If the purpose is just to find out mistakes, every human being does mistake. Finding mistake is the most easiest thing to be done in this life.
Sir, we have taken a note of your
So let's
note
take-
of
no,
your
sir,
point.
sir,
We have
final-
taken a note of your point.
Sir, final request. My final request is to solve this problem once for all. Can we all raise a point that queries coming from these two gentlemen will not be entertained henceforth?
See, sir,
Let us go, sir, one second, sir, our entire family.
Sir, with
is
all
here.
that
Let's take a
sir,
vote on it, na?
sir, wait. No, wait. Wait, please wait. See,
Sir,
no.
Just a moment.
See, if it is
Just-
first of all, sir, wait. No, don't.
Sir.
Somani,
Sir.
Somani, take a seat of it. Somani, please be seated. Please be seated. Somani, please be seated. Somani ji, please be seated. Please be seated.
Just
Please be seated. No. Please sit. Yeah, sir, let me tell you. Sir, please. Sir, let me clarify. Please. When I am talking, sir, with due respect, you please take a seat. You need to take a seat. Don't let me talk. Please be seated. Right? Sir, we have taken a note of it. Right? But any which way, whatever you have commented, whatever you have suggested, see, each and every member in the society are responsible. They are the shareholders of this particular society. Every member, emotions, queries, their freedom should be respected, will be respected, and are going to be respected. Right? You have your own opinion, and your opinion. See, it is a freedom of speech. You have got a freedom to speech. You have a freedom to speak, and we have taken a note of it. Wait, sir. No, please, no. Sir, please. Right? We are respecting everybody's emotion, even if it is a 1% or 20% or 30%. Each of us are answerable to all the shareholders. As far as this point is concerned, we always, you can write a letter to us and we can make an SGM for separately, but nothing can be taken as an agenda because this is going as per the specific to the agenda is concerned. Right? And as far as this one is concerned, I appeal and request each of the members, right? Whatever has happened from the last 3 years is different. 3 years is, whatever has gone is gone. There was a pandemic, there was a learning, and there was which we all are coming from the various cultures, from various societies, with different, varying in the knowledge and etc. To even to record it, there is very few members only who have got all kind of knowledge. Like I'm not saying 2, there is around 10, right? We all are in the learning path, and we all together need to see how the cooperative societies and how the cooperative objective need to be maintained. It is not to disrespect anybody, and we should not disrespect anybody. And we take a note of your point, sir. Certainly we'll see how best we all can take forward, and we need to see a larger perspective. Thank you.
Just a moment, sir.
Go to the next agenda. See, if any, sir, no, sir, it is over. Sir, it is. No. Sir, it is. Somebody, sir, I'm talking. No. Sir, it is not. Nobody will be allowed. Please take a seat. I will not allow anybody. Please be seated, and we'll go to the next agenda. Have I clarified it to you or not? Sir, have you clarified it or not? Have you clarified it, Somani ji? Please take a seat of it. Please take a note of it, and next agenda will proceed with the next agenda. So what is the next agenda?
Chairman sir, I am
We'll
coming to
proceed
the
with the next
agenda.
agenda, and will not allow anybody to speak.
I'm coming to the agenda only.
Yeah.
Now you have asked.
If at all anybody to speak about agenda, please be seated. Otherwise, certainly we may request we may request the people to go out.
I'm coming to that agenda only. Now you have asked GB to approve 1920.
Yeah.
This was the agenda for GB.
Correct.
That re-audit is altogether a separate thing. That is
No,
not.
that
to
is
be,
we have clarified it.
That is
We
not.
have clarified it. See, like in fact at the beginning also when we are speaking, AGM is one stream, re-audit is the another stream.
No,
right?
but let me speak. अभी आपने री ऑडिट की बात की है तो सारे जीबी को क्या लगेगा कि ये ऑडिट्स हम लोग जो अकाउंट्स पास कर रहे हैं दोज आर सब्जेक्ट टू री ऑडिट. इट इज नॉट दैट.
It is not subject to re-audit.
Yeah, it is not that.
See, go to that slide.
This re-audit is specifically ordered by
See, there are two things. One is about the perception, right? Second one is what we are documenting is the main important.
So re-audit
right?
should not be documented.
Please go through that slide.
Yeah.
Sanju, see if you go here, if the re-audit is done,
That's okay, but the discussion is going on. That's what.
See, let me try and clarify.
Yeah.
But let me try and clarify. When we are proposing the 2019-2020 financials and audit report to be adopted, it is not subject to the re-audit happening, right? What we are saying is, since we know a background that the re-audit has been already ordered, we are saying if and when the re-audit is done, whatever comes out of that particular re-audit report, we will come back to the general body with the recommendations therein, with the corrections they needed to be taken, be it a process or whatever it is, that we will take it as a separate thing. The adoption, we are very clearly saying, is not subject to the audit happening.
Yes.
That's why we have not mentioned it here as a subject to. We are saying we are proposing adoption of financials of 2019-2020, and if the re-audit is done, whatever comes out of that re-audit as a recommendation, as a correction, we will come back and we'll take that.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's it. Sure. Re-audit. Who will bear the cost of the re-audit?
sir, wait. See, this is, we shall go strictly as per the order, right? And as per the order, as a management committee, we will go strictly as per the order, right? In case, see, in fact, we have been told there is no official confirmation. I am just making a note of it, right? In case if there is any changes in the order and etc., we are going to implement the order which shall be available when we are going to execute it, right? And in fact, we all need not to worry, who has to bear it and how he has to bear it. This is an authorities who has taken the decision. I don't expect we need to debate about that particular point with all the due respect.
So the proposal is to adopt the financial statements and the audit report of 20.
The ordinance is there with us, and on that point too, in section 65 Maharashtra Cooperative Society Act 1960, herein after referred as the principal act, in subsection 2, after the first provision, the following provision shall be added, mainly provided further that the profit of the society shall be appropriate with the approval of committee in financial year 2021, and the same shall be laid in the annual general body meeting of the society held in after for ratification. So this was mentioned for 2021. Here we have put the agenda for 1920 for the adoption and approval. So I think I have given you a question answer pertaining to the ordinance which has come on November 20.
So coming back to our proposal, do we agree to adopt and approve the financials of 2019-20 and the audit report of 2019-20. So we'll need a proposer and a seconder. Why did you go? Yeah. So proposer, Mr. Suresh. And seconder, Mr. Tendulkar. 505.
Yeah. Sir, if we go with, with one vote against, we can put it. Yeah. Sanjeev. Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. We are recording your objection. We are recording your objection. We are agreed, sir. Sir, please see when Somaniji is telling, see, we have the right. He has the right to speak. Let us respect him. Yeah. Sir. Leave it. Sir, I have taken a note of it, and we are recording your objection, your observation. Yeah.
हॅलो. सर्व गुंडेच्या सोसायटी यांना समतानगर पोलीस ठाण्याकडून विनंती आहे. आपण जो पोलीस स्टेशनला अर्ज दिला होता, लिगली आम्ही या ठिकाणी आलेलो आहे. आपण आपले जे निबंधक जे आहेत चव्हाण साहेब आणि जे आपली काही उत्तरं आहेत, तर फक्त या ठिकाणी कुठला कायदा सुव्यवस्थेचा प्रश्न निर्माण होऊ नये यासाठी आपण आम्हाला पण योग्य ते सहकार्य करा. चव्हाण साहेब आपल्याला काही प्रश्न विचारतील त्याची उत्तरं ते देतील. तुम्ही काही प्रश्न विचारतील ते त्याची उत्तरं देतील. फक्त या ठिकाणी कोणताही गदारोळ करू नये ही आपल्याला समतानगर पोलीस ठाण्याकडून विनंती आहे.
थँक्यू सर. थँक्यू सर. It is noted. Please, sir.
Record the dissent note. I am not in favor of adoption of financial statement of 2019-20 and audit report of 2019-20 because these are incorrect, incomplete, full of errors and against the MCS Act laws, rules and bylaws. Please
Sure, sir, we have
it.
noted. Sir, we have noted, sir. Yeah.
Sorry, just one point. Whenever you note that, note it as a personal point of that person.
Sure, sir. No, see, everything will be resolved in that resolution. Yeah, 1 minute, sir. Parag is there? Parag is there? सर चाय वगैरह बोल दीजिए ना थोड़ा. पराग सर चाय अभी सर्व नहीं किया. चाय करवा दे, सर्व करवा दीजिए. Fine, we'll go with the Agenda 4. Sorry. We'll go with the agenda number 5. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll go with the agenda 5 to approve and adopt annual report and audited statement of account for the year 2021.
So, thanks for your support on adoption of the financials of 2019-2020. We'll now move to the next agenda point of this AGM, which is for financial year of 2020-2021, right? The second financial year sequentially after 1920. And I'll hand over to our treasurer again to give a brief highlight and share brief highlights of financial year 2020-2021 with all the members.
Yeah. The 2021, the pandemic year, and our society has also gone through some positive, negative turbulence that time. In this 2021, the major highlights, we have reduced the maintenance bill of each member drastically. So the earning from the maintenance was 3.44 crore. Interest we have received is 7 lakhs. Other income was 12 lakhs. We closed the financial year with a negative of 6.35. So the 3 crore 69 lakh was the expenses. Income, if I include the negative there, whereas expenses, all the services was 70 lakhs, then services towards the security financial was 1 crore 63, administrative cost was 3.60 lakh, and repair and maintenance, which has been re-good. So you may see a drastic hike there in the balance sheet of 2021, but this is mainly for the regrouping. And yes, there are certain header where the expenses has gone high. It is 53.99. Other expenses, administrative expenses 17 lakhs. Depreciation was 85,000, and sinking fund, reserve fund and education was 59.89. So the round up to the total expenses versus income is 3.69 crore. Okay, this is the major summary, followed with, if you see as I earlier mentioned, 39% हमने reduce किया था maintenance cost, charges from the member. But here, what we see while doing this, 1920 के comparison को थोड़ा लाना पड़ रहा है, because हमने तभी water charges को as a pro data पे लिया था. The bills was not coming regularly from the BMC. So we can see a drastic water charge increase in 2021. But right now we are getting the regularized. So this is a genuine expense, and all the members should take a note, because we are collecting only 5 lakhs, whereas the bills are going around 15 lakhs annually. And there, one more thing, that in the beginning of 1819 or 1920, our number of members and occupancy was less. Right now we are with 100% occupancy, so 22-23 ke liye, please take a note on the water charges. It's an indicator to hike. Some of the members have not taken membership, so which is also been noted, although the members have shifted in 2018 or 2019, but still not taken the membership. So please note on that. Final number of builder related to the provision time and handing over over conclusion, which we have already noted in the audit report. The end of 2021, society has a cumulative deficit of 6.35. As per the applicable law, auditor appointment needs to be ratified in next AGM. So again, the ordinance which has been passed in November 20, that the managing committee, or for us it was a provisional committee, has a authority to appoint an auditor for the 2021, which our provisional committee has done in the month of December. They have noted in their managing committee meeting, and they have appointed MS MDM Co as an auditor, who was the auditor for the 1920. And the charges are as per applicable to the MCS rules published in 2014. So the auditor appointment was done, and same auditor has completed the audit report. We put forward here the ratification, because this was the ratification of auditor appointment as per section 75 2B. So after that MC meeting, this is the first AGM, we have to ratify this in this meeting, the appointment of the auditor. So once we do that ratification, we can move ahead for the queries जो हमें मिला है 2021 के लिए. So I am handovering to Sanjeev.
Okay, you're talking about auditor ratification. So, just to take it forward from our treasurer, I would request the chair to let the general body take this call on ratifying the appointment of the auditor, which was done as per the ordinance of 2020. And as per the provisions of the ordinance, the ratification was to be done in the next general body meeting, जो कि आज है, उससे पहले तो नहीं हुआ था. So, हमको आज ही लेके आना पड़ेगा for this ratification. And so on that note, I would request the chair to take this point ahead on ratification of auditor appointment for financial year 2020, which was done as per the ordinance.
Yes, Sanjeev. Yes, Sanjeev.
Thank you. So, we don't need a resolution? We don't need a resolution. It's ratified. Okay. So, I hand it over back to our treasurer to on any other points on 2020-21.
In 2021, we have received a writing queries on 1st of August from our two members. But before I again go to those queries, if any other member also has any queries now can ask. But and those queries are list of 47. We have gone through, there are 4 or 5 queries are not able to validate because the dates are futuristic mention on that, like point number 8. Then point number 9 and 10, where the financial year is not specifically mentioned, so which has enabled us to record and reply to your queries. Further, a broad classification that difference between the audit report of 1920 versus 2021. So differences ये again मेरा same statement है. What को हम reply कर सकते हैं, हम आपको writing में reply करेंगे for wherever it is what. When it comes to why, ये इधर ऐसा लिखा auditor ने, उधर ऐसा auditor ने क्यों नहीं लिखा, so that is difficult to reply on a spirit of response. Second head, reduce maintenance cost charged to the vendor. So there is a reduced maintenance cost has been charged. On that query list, if I go specifically, there was a question raised that the amount, which is why it is not been a general note, number 19, where as per the audit report, deficit amount of 1 crore 10 lakh receivable from the builder against the corpus fund is 86 lakh. Where is the 24 lakhs? So if you go the income and expenditure statement, there is a receivable from the member is 1 crore 19 lakh. So on that 31st March 2021, the committee was not able to park 24 lakhs in the fixed deposit because of the less of the cash flow. Because they has to run the society, there was a less of the cash flow. However, this amount has been regularized and parked. So whatever was the differences is been parked in a fixed deposit and records are available in the society for checking. So similarly, okay, so meanwhile we are happy that we have made an extended arrangement for the member and some 15 to 20 member has been reached there. So thank you for the general body to show that much of support to all of us, and I welcome all the members there also. Yeah, they are sitting on the terrace area and they are also seeing the live telecast of the meeting. Okay. So, and there are 10 points on the queries where the supporting ledgers are being asked, and we are in a position to share all the supporting ledger as a reply to the queries. So we have the ledger, but as a part of audit report, only specific schedules are being captured. Remaining ledgers, bank book, voucher, everything is available at society premises for any member to come and cross-check. We are open for it. Please do come. So we will share with you as a writing complaint. All the ledgers will be shared. A copy of ledger will be shared with you. Again, the sanity of the audit report. Yes, the committee shows a regret that we are not able to comment on the sanity of the audit report. Because as an individual, we found that it is an institution who been give that chartered accountant degree, and there is a association panel auditor. When they give this type of report questioning on their sanity, we are managing committee is not above the law to reply on that. So those points we may not reply in writing. We will written our regret to the points. Other details out head of service lift charges we will definitely provide. So this is the query which we have received on 2021 and responded. I am opening to
I request Madam Treasurer to elaborate in detail. In fact, we are all talking about the procedure, we are all talking about the process, we are talking about legalities, we are talking about compliances, right? This is one part which I am not denying it. And I also request Madam Treasurer to explain about where and all the areas, how the cost is increasing and what is the reasons for it and etc. in a little brief, like 2 to 3 lines, so that let GB understand when the members are getting, when the members numbers are getting increased, right? We all will be having why, whether the ex-member or Y-member or ex-committee, current committee or whatever it is, why we are not able to provide the necessary basic things which we all need to understand. We thought, let's give a little perspective of like why these charges and other things are increasing, just like only 5-6 lines, so that this I'm just thinking it is an opportunity to explain.
Yeah. Sorry, Bala, it's oversight and miss. So yeah. other than water expenses, the next expense which is going high, and if you go to the balance sheet, you can see in 1920, electricity expense was 58 lakhs, followed with in 2021, it was come down to 38 lakh. But as against a maintenance bill, we are taking around 50.98 lakhs from the member against the electricity charges. But all of you are aware, I think everybody is getting their electricity bill. There is a increase in the rate, as well as we have a 100% occupancy of 402 flat currently in society. So in 2022-23, there will be around 60 lakhs plus electricity bills will be coming, where we are collecting only 50.98. So it is water charges, there is a difference of 10 to 12 lakhs. Similarly, there will be a difference of 10 to 12 lakhs in a 10 to 12 lakhs in the electricity bill. Second item which we have mentioned, that against the property tax, we have done the reconciliation, and a background that builder has paid around 30 lakhs advance against the property tax, and which was been accumulated as a reserve at BMC. When we done the 2021 calculation, we have the reserve at the end of 2021, that is March 31st, 6,62,000, whereas our yearly property tax is 10 lakhs plus. So there is, this year we will be another 5 lakhs will be have to pay against a property tax, but from the next financial year, 12 lakhs will be totally where all of us has to contribute for it. So if the managing committee, by introducing a solar panel and all, walk out on the electricity charges, still there will be a statutory charges increased in the maintenance bill, and our secretary is working very hard for that budget. We will be able to speak in against our next AGM. So these are the area, and broadly, if you compare 1920 versus 2021, there all of you, those who are shifted that point of time, aware that Brighton was a service provider, and our builder has paid the bill to Brighton, some charges up to September, some up to November, some deposit was there. So in 1920, the expenses what society has charged, not necessary is a 12 months. Yes, in the 2021, society has taken care of the 12-month cycle, because there was no contribution except the property tax, there was no contribution from the builder. But if we consider this for the 21 to 23 and 23-24, there will be a deficit. And हम लोगों ने अभी जो currently 21-22 में काम कर रहे हैं, and we have already noted down a deficit of approximately, non-quoting, we are still into final, is at 25 lakhs. So this is the financial scenario of the society. Yes, we have reserve. Whatever reserve are generated in the 1920, it's still as a reserve general fund lying. The current and the previous managing committee has not touched on that fund. It is still lying as a fixed deposit. And I would like to take one more opportunity to all of you, that against the builder, what is showing as a 86 lakh recoverable, we have received 36 lakhs. So the builder, against the corpus fund receivable lying at builder account as on today is 50 lakhs plus the interest. Whatever the interest amount we will be getting from him as a closure of the bank account. Builder has parked this corpus fund in Punjab Bank as a separate account. So as a closure handover, builder हमें वो देगा along with the interest. So we are expecting 50 lakh plus amount from builder against the corpus fund. So this is that, and other earnings. I would like to highlight that other earnings we are having around non-operating occupancy charges and which is stagnant for the society. But all our old dues are up to date, so we will not earn the interest on the non-payable of maintenance. So this is also a earning which is a loss to the society because members became smart and they have regularized their account, including the builder. So builder maintenance charges as on today is 100% regularized. Okay. So this is the financial health of the society.
Yeah, you have, I thank you for answering the queries, my queries, but you have answered very selectively only couple of queries. I have 47 queries and you have not answered point wise, number one. I have specific one query. Okay, I can see that what you are not able to answer, you are not ready to answer on this meeting or you are not answering somehow, whatever it is. But I have one specific query which I have asked you before AGM also, that this auditor was appointed in MC meeting in December 2020 as per the ordinance. After that, the appointment letter has to be issued to the auditor. His written consent has to be taken within 1 month. The return has to be filed in the registrar office, online and all also in the office, whether that have been done or not.
Sorry, I mean, I was hearing something else. Can you repeat your question again?
I know that statutory auditor for 2021 was decided to appoint in MC meeting of December 2020 as per ordinance. This was okay. After that, within 30 days, auditor appointment letter was to be issued. His written consent has to be taken within 30 days and the relevant return has to be filed in the registrar office, whether it was done or not.
Okay. See, to answer your question, we have done the check in the records at the society office. We've had conversation and discussion and check with the auditor as well, right? What's coming out very clearly is that the right. So what we have done is before getting into answering your question upfront, what we had done, the managing committee, is when we started engaging with the auditor, we had showed him the copy of the minutes in which his appointment was, decided, right? We've also shared with him the ordinance that he had asked for, the 2020 ordinance. Thereafter, we do have a confirmation from the auditor about his consent of carrying out the audit, right? Which was given to us after we had asked for it. Can we say it was done in 2020? No, we didn't find it in the society records at our end. Whatever we checked, we couldn't find it there, right? We've also gone ahead and checked with the expert opinion on this. We've gone ahead and had discussions with the authorities as well, that this is what is there, this is what has happened, right? What is the next step? Can this be taken up? The point or the recommendation or the advice that we got was that since it has been captured in the minutes of meeting of the managing committee, the then, or the provisional committee, whatever you might call it, under the ordinance, right? When you have the AGM, whenever you have it, you should get it ratified from the general body about the appointment of that auditor for the financial year 2020-21, right? So that is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's correct. So basically you have said appointment letter was not issued, his consent was not taken. So basically, without his issuing the appointment letter, without taking his consent, even as on today it was has not been done, the audit has been done. Is it correct?
No. Yes, sir. Thank you for your query, sir. Please be seated. I will just clarify it. Yeah. First of all, the situation of the ordinance and other thing has happened because of the COVID reason, right? And in fact, when whatever the Sanjeev has said, be it authorities or be it public or be it anybody, like to that extent, the ordinance have been brought in the month of November 2020, right? Fundamentally, it was a COVID reason, right? And in terms of like when there was a minutes, it is not likely to decide, etc. It was decided to appoint the auditor, and it was there in the MC meeting, and the MC meeting minutes have been shared with him during that time, and in fact thereafter orally it has been discussed, and in fact he has visited our premises, and then the consent has been verbally, and also we have taken the consent thereafter also, which I would like to sorry, it is probably you can write it down. She will read out for the auditor letter.
See, we have asked for the clarification, and auditor has responded that clarification on my appointment as a statutory auditor for financial year 2021. This is with the reference of above mentioned subject. I would like to inform you that I have received a copy of MC meeting dated on 13/12/20 by your society, as well as the copy of ordinance of Maharashtra ordinance number so and so, copy attached. We wish to bring it to your notice that I have visited your society office dated on 25th June 2022, post appointment of your present committee, and had a detailed meeting. During that meeting, again, the MC meeting MOM and the ordinance was handed over to me, and which has clear about my appointment. Based on that, I reconfirm my willingness orally. Accordingly, I have completed the audit and submitted the audit report 28th July as per MCS Acts and Guidelines. And this letter, after your query we have received, we have seek this clarification from the auditor. And we have taken as per the ordinance that we should ratify the appointment of auditor in the upcoming annual general body meeting. We are completing that procedure today. So I hope moving ahead there is no procedural lapses on your query.
Okay, thank you very much for your clarifying. That audit was done without appointment letter, without his consent, and I would...
No.
The appointment letter has not been issued.
Okay, so let me just ask one simple basic question. Let me just put forward one simple basic question. I'm an auditor, okay? Unless and until I'm willing to conduct an audit, will I conduct an audit of a company or a society? No. Well, consent is not in writing, but the auditor has come, he has visited the society, he has done the audit, he has given the financial statement. What else consent do we want? Number one. Number two, while the law says that yes, there has to be written consent, but let us go back. The auditing standards clearly say that the purpose of the consent or the purpose of the contract between the auditor and the auditee is to define the scope and limitations, if any, for conducting the audit. Now, when this audit is conducted, this audit is clearly conducted as per MCS Act, MCS rules, and as per the bylaws. There are no scope, there are no reservations which are being expressed by the auditor in the audit report. So, therefore, there is no restriction or limitations being imposed by the committee on the auditor to conduct the audit. Does it satisfy? Number one. Number two is, again, if you look at the intent of the society was to conduct the audit. Auditor has willingly accepted, done the audit, presented the reports. At best, it can be said that it's a procedural lapse. We should all move ahead in life with this. There is no procedural lapse. That it is not only not there in writing. That's what I'm saying. Unless, if you are an auditor,
I am not talking about. Please. Please. Just a minute. I am answering. I have have asked.
You have also given a clarification. My only request is that by repeating same point again and again, only one member should not be wasting everybody's time by repeating the same point. If there is a different point, yes, you may allow so. So my request to the chairman is everybody's time is precious. So please, those rules may be followed.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, sir. We have.
Stop. Sorry.
Sir, we have.
Please, I have the one question more.
You have asked the question and it has been answered.
I have
And
one
any
question.
other question, please.
Please understand. Please understand. This is a very important question. The society is registered under MCS Act rules and bylaws. We have to run the society under MCS Act rules and bylaws. I am not raising any raising any question on your intention. I am raising the question that the MCS Act rules bylaws have not been followed.
Sir, authorities are here. Sir, authorities are here. Sir, authorities are here. They are observing it and it is getting recorded.
Please listen. MCS Act clearly says if within 30 days appointment letter has not been issued, return has not been filed, the appointment of the auditor is not valid, registrar has to appoint the
So we have taken a note of it. We have taken a note of it.
Number two.
We have taken a note of it, sir.
The audit has to be completed within 4 months from the close of the financial year, that is July 2021. You have started audit from 9th of July 2022 of audit of 2020-21. On what basis you have started, under which provision you have, which clause, where it is written that you can start anywhere, wherever you like the audit. It was to be completed. If it is not completed,
So many-
the registrar has to appoint.
See, appointment of auditor is a agenda item of a AGM. During the COVID, there is a ordinance came. We are referring the same ordinance. On that ordinance, point number 3 in section 75 of Principal Act and subsection 2A, the following subsection shall be inserted, namely 2B. The committee shall in the financial year 2021 have the power to decide on the disposable of surplus and annual budget for the next year and appoint an auditor or auditing firm from a panel approved by the state government in this behalf, having such minimum qualification and experience laid down in the section 81. The decision of committee in respect of above matters had laid down in the annual general body meeting in a society held after for ratification. So we are following the ordinance and accordingly proceeding. I think your question has been answered.
See, Somanuji, one more.
To understand.
See, one more clarification. One more answer and clarification to your overall, whatever the queries that you are having. Sir, 1 minute. Let me clarify. When many queries are there, all are falling under one roof or one umbrella, right? When all these points when we were discussing, we have taken up, and in fact, management committee has written a letter to the deputy register, and in fact, we have appraised the whole subject, and accordingly, we got permissions in terms of in the sense we have not got the permission, and Chavan sir is conducting all these things. I sincerely feel when this is being conducted, it's not, I don't say it is, I sincerely feel we all should believe the fact that when it is being, given the order that to be conducted for 1920 and 2021 by the authorities, all the documents are very much, it is there with them and we need to follow. Thank you so much and go.
Okay. Sorry guys. So can we, with all the discussion that has happened, let me just open this up again. Bhai tumse. Thank you. So I would go to the proposal. So we as managing committee are proposing the adoption of the financial statements and audit report of financial year 2020-21. With all the discussion that has happened, with all, the emotional, the logical, the legal, all points discussed, we heard, I think it's a very good thing that people, and that's the beauty of the general body. I mean, I'm not getting into legalities of anything, but I'm being very open here that the purpose of the general body is that people know what's happening in the society. What is happening in the society in terms of the compliance of the various acts, etc., whether things are in line. And then they collectively, and I repeat the word collectively, take a decision on what happens in the society for future. Right? So that is the beauty of the general body, that's the purpose of the general body, we all are here. So I would now, as I said, propose, sorry?
Sanjeev, I have a question. You cannot propose to adopt or approve this financial statement because this has already been, I believe, has been approved by the MC. As for the ordinance, please refer to the ordinance.
Yes, but ordinance also.
Difference between adoption, approval, and ratification. So please refer to the notification and.
Auditor. Are you talking about the auditor or are you talking about the financial statements and audit report?
You are proposing to adopt the last one, right?
Right.
Financial statement.
Right.
So please refer to the ordinance. You cannot do that in general body because you have to just put it for ratification, not for approval or adoption. So my second question to that, has this been adopted and approved by the MC as for the, and if so, when?
Sorry?
As for the,
so I proceed? Okay.
Sanjeev, there are two things. There are two aspects to it. One, as for the notification, it should have been ratified and approved in the managing committee meeting and should be presented to general body or next AGM for ratification. That's my first question. Second question is, if it has already been approved by the then PC or MC or AOC, whomever was there, if so, then when?
अपॉइंटमेंट के लिए था सिर्फ.
I was coming to that.
या नंबर सेकंड, ऑर्डिनेंस में कहीं पे भी ये नहीं लिखा हुआ है कि फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स को अडॉप्ट करो. ऑर्डिनेंस इज ओनली टू डिस्पोज ऑफ द सरप्लस एंड द अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ द ऑडिटर. nowhere it is written कि आप फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स को एमसी के अंदर अप्रूव कर सकते हो. सो ऑर्डिनेंस का वर्डिंग्स में थोड़ा सा प्रॉपर.
Another point just to add, Tapas, to answer your question. Tapas, to answer your question. Wait. To answer your question, the financials of 20 and 21 was not finalized by the provisional committee. The audit report, the auditing exercise, did not happen at the time of the provisional committee. It was done now by the current managing committee, right? So therefore, while we have the auditing done and the audit report finalized, now it is not as per the ordinance. It was not done at that point of time. So hence, the point about ratification of the audit report and the financials in line with the ordinance does not come in here because it was not done then. Had it been done then, yes, I would have perhaps taken this point. But it's not done then, it's done by the current managing committee. And hence we can't rely on just a ratification. Does it answer your question? So we are right now
there were AGMs convened and cancelled.
We are talking about 2021 only.
I am talking about 2021
Yeah,
only.
yeah.
So if you remember, last September, there were 2 AGMs were convened. One was at 8th or 9th of September, the other one is 30th September, which got cancelled because of some complaints. Okay, and there were certain reports which have been circulated to all of us based on that report. So I just want to know the chronology of the event and adherence to the notification which we have received in November.
So from a chronology standpoint, Tapas, the exercise was initiated in 2019 September, right? However, after that, and which was done by the AOC 2, not AOC 1, it was done by AOC 2. And then AOC 2 also went away, and we had the authorized officer here in the society. In the intervening period, that audit was not completed, right? It happened only after the present managing committee came in, and we started interacting with the auditor. We saw what has happened, what has not happened, and then the audit got concluded. So the audit report was concluded, and the audit report was of 20th of July 2022. So while it had not started,
where AOC has adopted those 2021 audit report and signed, and we have not found any document as a signed audit report. So I cannot go back why AOC2 has called for the AGM and report was there or not, because we have not found, and the signed audit report has been received on 20th July 22. This is.
Thank you.
that is already mentioned in the audit report. So Maniju, you have seen that.
ज़्यादा है क्या? नहीं करते तो भी ये बोलते प्रोसीजरल लैब किया तो क्यों किया? इनका कोई किया तो क्यों किया, नहीं किया तो क्यों नहीं किया? What is the problem यार?
So let me put it up front. I mean, the general body has heard. Excuse me. The general body has heard the questions again. General body has also heard the opinion of Mr. Somani on the audit report, validity, not validity, auditor not appointed, letter not there, etc., right? So what we are right now proposing as managing committee, post our discussions internally with experts, with authorities, since the AGM was already was also announced by the registrar and all that. So we are upfront proposing the adoption of the financial report and audit report of FY 2020-21. So we are proposing this to the general body. We need the decision of the general body. If the general body is fine with what Mr. Somani is saying, fine. So the hands are being raised for what? The hands are being raised whether we adopt or we don't adopt. So hands are raised for adopt. So okay. Please guys. Don't talk amongst each other, please. To end the confusion, Mukesh bhai, to end the confusion, I'm upfront again saying that please raise your hands. Whoever is in support of adopting the financial reports of 2020-21 and the audit report of 2021. Whoever is in favor, raise their hands. So counting here is done, let him count in the other room. So thank you. I mean, the counting here is done, let him count in the other room as well. Not the room, the terrace. Total 63.
Record as one vote in favor. Sir, we are recording as one vote in favor of it. मैं आपको बोलूँगा एजेंडा इज ओवर ये इसमें कुछ है कि एक मिनट इन्फॉर्म कर दो अच्छा मैं कर दूँ Excuse me. Attention, please. Attention, please. Attention, please. Just last 2 seconds. Last 2 seconds. Before I give a vote of thanks, right? I just thought I should inform for the financial year 21-22. The auditor has been appointed. In fact, we have received the order from the DDR4, right? In fact, it has requested to the Deputy Registrar, and in fact, the recommendations have been given by Deputy Registrar to the DDR, and accordingly, the auditor has been appointed. Auditor name is Mr. Rahul Patel. Yeah, we are getting a consent. See, we will follow as per the bylaws, rules and acts, and we'll make sure, we'll make sure that everything will be in order, right? We thank you very much for attending the AGM.
anything.
What is the agenda?
Can we just, if chairman permit me, can I add one of the agenda to be taken?
If the agenda, what is
No.
the agenda?
The agenda is.
What is the discussion? If it is an emergency discussion, then I can take the consent from him and
Yes.
I can
The agenda is to appoint a legal advocate for the society. Why I am saying is, एक मिनट, just listen me. Last 3 years we are suffering lot of complaints from the members, और उसमें होता क्या है कि अपनी MC को जो है फ्री हैंड नहीं मिलता है काम करने के लिए. MC हमेशा यही चीज़ के अंदर रहती है कि क्या चीज़ लीगल है, क्या चीज़ नहीं लीगल है. उस वजह से अपने सोसाइटी के कई डिसीजंस नहीं लिए पाते हैं. जैसे रिपेयरिंग एक एग्जांपल है, बड़ा एग्जांपल है. So अगर
1 minute, sir. Before you proceed, let me take his permission, like to discuss on this subject or not. Otherwise, I want to deny this discussion.
Sure.
Sir, can we discuss about this point? Just for a discussion, not for any resolution. Fine, I think we'll take it up later.
Sure.
Right? Next.
Yeah.
See, we can't see right now. See, we are not allowing for any
Yeah.
We are not allowing this point for any discussion now, and we are not going to make any note of it.
Surely.
Right? And finally, we thank each one of you for attending this particular AGM. Yeah. And I also sincerely thank Deputy Registrar Sir for giving the permission, and also our special thank to Chavan Sir for coming over here and for successfully conducting this particular AGM. And we sincerely thank for him. And let's give a big round of applause to Chavan Sir for conducting this event and making this, Gundecha Trillium to the next level. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And also we thank the police authorities for coming over here and for maintaining the whole thing. And also we thank the GB, entire GB, members who are present and members who are not present here. Thank you very much. Wish you a happy Friendship Day. अब आगे बढ़ेंगे. हाँ, वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. बाकी चलते रहता है. मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है. दादाजी क्यों नहीं आया? हर घर में मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है. मेरा क्यों नहीं आया? बताओ. क्यों जा रहा हूँ?